safe thing to do is track a new course back up online.
Then what we gonna do? Sit out there like a bunch of goddamn ducks? You and your half-breed son get to walk on out? I'm talking to you.
Everybody's talking about the Revenant. Everybody's talking about, oh, you know, that's the, what's his name? Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu, or Ratu, whatever, you know, anyway. Oh, that dude.
Inuyasha.
Yeah. The dude that finally got his green card, or so Sean Penn says.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that joke was that bad when he told it.
He knows the guys.
It was a
they're
joke.
friends.
Yeah, shit.
Everybody get the fuck over themselves.
Yeah. God damn. Yeah, the guy's rich, making movies now and shit, and made another movie right after that. You know, the guy that made Birdman, and they're saying, oh, we can't wait for what he has next.
Oh, yeah. Got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, too.
Got Leo?
Shit.
Oscar? Oh, not yet, but hopefully.
No. This might do it.
This might do it. Yeah. The Revenant. This is a movie where it's about a man versus nature, other man, animals.
You name it.
You name it, he's fighting it.
That's it.
All while he's sick.
Yeah.
He's been attacked by a bear and lying up there, can't even hardly stand, but he has to get back to the fort. Leonardo DiCaprio plays Hugh Glass in this. He's a trapper who worked with his people that he thought he trusted. Mm-hmm. Turns out that his boy, Tom Hardy, who plays John Fitzgerald, turned on him when he needed him the most. A man is attacked by a bear lying up there, and they told Tom Hardy, Mr. Fitzgerald, they said, hey, you know what? We got to go back to this fort and let everybody know that we're still out here. We're going to send somebody back for you. But you know what? Y'all are tight. Just look after Hugh right here until we send someone. It's very easy. Ain't got to do nothing but sit on your ass and babysit this man right here.
Right. You do the honorable thing. Yeah. This man was honorable by us. You do this.
You do this. We wouldn't be alive if it weren't for him.
Right.
Got you, man. I'll take care of it.
You can trust me.
Dr. Fitzgerald here. I'll take care of me. But after about 24 hours, you're like, fuck this. He said, I got to go.
I'm bored.
He pretty much said, fuck this before they even asked him.
Yeah, he did.
He said fucking a long time ago.
Yeah, he got attacked by a bear. What did he say to a fucking bear? Brought it on himself. He fucked up.
Yeah.
He had it coming. Let's go.
That's basically it.
Yeah. Let's just leave and give me his share.
Yeah, give me all this shit, as a matter of fact. Let's just go. Yeah. But, you know, maybe that would have been all right. You know, it was rough back then. But then when Fitzgerald has to kill his boy, and his boy is half Indian, half breed, didn't like him anyway, that's when Leonardo DiCaprio said, no, I can't die yet. If I get whatever it takes, I got to crawl my way back and kill that motherfucker. He took everything I had. And this is now I just told you all that right there. I simply just could have said the bear rape movie. Oh, that movie. Yeah, that one where Leonardo DiCaprio got torn up by that fucking bear.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people make jokes about that bear rape. And other people are saying, come on, man, you know, enough of the bear rape jokes. There's more to the movie than that. I was looking this story up because you saw right there, inspired by true events. And I wanted to see just how much, because, you know, today, inspired by true events pretty much means bullshit.
Right.
Sure.
Turns out the only thing that kind of was true was that he did get attacked by a bear. That was it.
He who? Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah. No, you know, I'm going to give y'all the backstory here because it's actually a very good story on its own, whether it's true or not. And some people even say that the story might have been exaggerated, but the legend is badass. So you got this dude here, Hugh Glass. Yeah. That's the real guy right there. Hugh Glass, they stayed back in I think it was the summer of 1823 or the spring of 1823. My man was out there looking for berries, not bothering anybody. Bear out of nowhere came up behind him and pretty much told him,
all we can do is the easy way out of the hallway. Some of the charts in yours.
Mr. Glass chose the hard way. And Bear tore that ass up. Tore his ass up. Now, the man was hanging on literally by a thread. Threads of skin. They say that he had gashed up wounds. He had cuts that were bleeding profusely, and he had parts of himself hanging on just by slabs of skin. Yeah. Seriously, like they didn't think this guy was going to survive. Mr. Fitzgerald came up. They said, hey, you and this other boy, let me see this other boy, the boy's name, a young impressionable kid, Jim Bridger. Jim Bridger and Fitzgerald there. I didn't have a picture of him, so I chose Tom Hardy. Had to make that shit look old. Yeah. But they said, hey, man, look, just stay with him, and we'll send somebody back for you. Now, it turns out that Fitzgerald was out there for actually a week. Out there a week the whole time, and come on, a week would drive anybody crazy. So he just said, fuck this. Took all of Hugh Glass's shit. I mean, that's what really made it bad. He took all his shit. He could have just left him there, but he said, you ain't gonna need this gun. You ain't gonna need this hat. You ain't gonna need these shoes, pants. In fact, you ain't gonna need nothing, man. You practically dead. So he left him out there almost naked to do nothing but survive the elements. So this, in the movie, they say, you know, they killed his Indian son. He has to get back.
In front of him.
In front of him. He has to get back at Fitzgerald for revenge, to make things right. Turns out that Glass was just pissed that they left him out there. And he was so pissed that he actually crawled for months to get back to the fort so that he could just do one thing, and that is kill Fitzgerald and little young Bridget, man. They said that he scared off wolves for meat. They said that he fought off other Indians for survival. He braved the elements. Pretty much had to eat grass, weeds, and all the stuff that he found on the ground because he couldn't walk, because he was crawling until he could build himself up. It wasn't until about a month that he got away from that fort that he was able to walk again and beat on the door. Where the fuck is Fitzgerald? Where's that motherfucker at? And they said, oh man, he left months ago. He went and joined the army, and he ain't coming back. I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. And they said, well, now that he's a soldier, if you do that, then you'll be a murderer. And well, guess what? You just shit out of luck. And turns out that Fitzgerald got away with it. Bridges was there, but he just was so young that Glass said, hey, you know what? Fuck it, man. You know, I'll let you go too, because that dude just talked you into it.
Became a famous mountain
Became
man.
a famous guy. Never got his revenge on Fitzgerald. But people knew one thing. They knew about that fucking bear attack. And then he said, if that's the only shit I can get out of this, yes, I survived the worst bear attack of all time, man. And that actually like put the movie in perspective for me, because when I saw this film here, I said, you know what? It's not about
Revenge.
That revenge right there that really got to me. That whole thing about revenge for his boy and trying to get back at the guy that killed him.
Yeah.
It's
kind of an afterthought.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't feel anything about that. I didn't feel anything for that, and because it felt like, and that's then I'm telling you, I felt this way before I knew the story, the backstory of the real guy. I just felt like they kind of put that in there for a mainstream audience so they would have some emotional attachment to these characters. For me, it felt kind of fake. You said you saw that shit too, so I'm not the only one, right?
Not at all. That shit, it seemed a little manufactured to me. And it just seemed like any other run-of-the-mill revenge story, and it didn't have a lot of weight behind it, really.
Yeah, to me, it didn't either. Now, I'll tell you, the thing that really did get to me, where the emotional part of me came into it, is just watching his, what
I already know what you're about to say.
What am I about to say?
Watch this motherfucker just survive.
Survive, yeah.
Simply survive.
You know,
it's hard to watch.
Like, I was playing that shit where he was grunting, but that's him through the whole movie practically, just trying to crawl through snow and through the grass.
Simple shit.
Yeah. It's almost like I forgot he even had a kid. I'm just like, man, I'm just seeing you almost getting attacked by Indians, and I mean, it was almost like grass was killing him. Yeah,
like no, you just feel like something's infected. Like you just, your whole body is infected, motherfucker. You could just die at any moment, probably.
Yeah, I didn't. They do such a great job with that bear attack in the movie right here.
That's just a little bit.
With that bear, like, mother, you gonna shoot me?
Yeah.
Bitch. He didn't do nothing but piss that bear off.
Yeah, that bear was angry.
Yeah, I'm a goddamn bear, motherfucker.
Well, I like how at that point when you go like, oh, see, you fucked up, you shot the bear, but clearly that bear was coming after him no matter what. You get attack, you get the first stage of the attack, which is devastating enough on its own. Yeah. You're like, whoo, man, I'm glad that's over. And the bear checks on her cubs, like, y'all cool? Yeah. All right. Mama got some business to finish. I'll be right back. Now, where you at? Oh, yeah.
Man.
Then comes stage 2.
I look at movies where I feel sorry for animals because I'm like, man just come in. You know, humans just come in and fuck up everything.
Yeah.
But it was really fucked up what that bear did, man.
Yeah.
Man, like, Leonardo DiCaprio was doing nothing.
You know what makes it worse is like everybody in that party that he was leading along, they would have been the ones to fuck with the bear. To be like, hey, look at these cubs. He's the only one who was respectful. Like, hey, you know, take care of nature. Don't disturb things. I'm gonna just get some berries, scout it out. I'll be right back. And that bear she's having to be an asshole.
And that bear was an asshole. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, he even looked like, oh shit. And that bear was like, yeah, motherfucker. and it's an attack that goes on and on. There's a point where
like you see him shoot the bear, and you're like, oh, thank God, I guess the bear, it'll die eventually, and it's not that. No, it's a whole nother round. The shit gets way worse after he shoots that fucking bear.
The bear comes back. Like the bear, you think the bear's leaving. The bear just looks at him and just like, wow, man, I fucked you up.
I fucked you up.
And the bear just starts walking off. And it's just like, no, motherfucker, I really don't like you. The bear sniffs him to like, I still smell life in you.
Yeah.
And what's cool about it, like it looks like a real animal attack too.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how they did that.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, of all kind of animal attacks, this I think to me by far is the scariest.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's it was one because what they do is like a lot of the camera work in here, they put you right into the situation where it's fuck 3D. Just sometimes putting yourself in a point.
Oh yeah,
this movie was more 3D than most 3D movies I've seen.
Yeah, without glasses.
Without glasses.
There's a point here where the bear's like sniffing Leonardo DiCaprio, and you feel like the bear's nose on you, and it goes for a lot of things in this film. The movie puts you into this harsh environment because I'm gonna tell you something. This whole thing about Tom Hardy leaving Leonardo DiCaprio behind, I really wasn't that upset by it because it's such a shitty period in time. It is such a shitty environment that they live in. You look at this and it's like, you know what? I kind of feel like he did just what he had to do.
I never hated him.
I didn't either.
Well, I mean, it's hard to hate his actions because you can certainly rationalize it, and he makes sense. But he's kind of like, from the whole team, he kept reminding me of Shane in The Walking Dead, where it's just like, yeah, man, I know what we got to do, but you ain't got to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
You just right off the bat, you don't want to do nothing for nobody.
Yeah, it's a situation where you don't have to be that hard with it, but it's kind of like, look, man, you out in the cold, you freezing, you don't know when Indians are going to attack again. You're like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This guy's practically dead. He didn't have to go as far as kill the dude's son, but even the son was screaming, and so it's kind of like,
it kind of looked like something that just kind of happened. It's not like,
But
I mean, he was gonna kill him.
Yeah,
but it was just like,
he let that be known.
Maybe if he
on.
wasn't screaming so loud, he might have made it a little longer.
Yeah, I guess it was kind of fucked up for the kid to be screaming when he saw his dad being murdered.
He was just being buried alive.
Yeah, man. Dude was dead. Like I said, it was a bad period in time. Learn when to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Everything.
Learn to count your losses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Get a new daddy, man.
That's
You'll be
it.
all right. But what the movie does, as far as really bring you into the film, is you watch you watch a lot of things here, not even from the perspective of the people. It makes you feel like you were there. The camera work in this the cinematography is it just blows me away because when they have so many scenes where the way they do it is that they actually make some of the shots one long shot. I don't know how they do it because they don't have like in Birdman where they would go behind a corner and it would black out and you're like, okay, well, they just changed the camera right here and went to another shot. They don't have the luxury of doing that right here. So I don't know if there were computer effects involved or what. But also, the camera work is chaotic without being too shaky. You know what I mean? Sometimes,
yeah.
I mean, it finds that really good spot of weaving in and out of the action, but not being so shaky that you can't tell what's going on. So when something goes down, like an Indian attack on this camp, you feel I was ducking half the time.
Oh, I was too.
You actually feel like you are in the middle of it. And for every little messed up thing that happens, you have a front row seat to it. I think they really shot it. It wasn't no CG. Leonardo DiCaprio was like, what the fuck?
I know, good play.
That horse was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Horses is so stupid.
That horse was like, this world is too fucked up for me, man. Leo was like, we can stop and let me out.
I'm surprised they gave you that clip.
I know. I like that horse.
Well, I'd seen it in the trailers.
Oh, okay. Well, saw the part with the horse, going over, but what led up to.
I love that. I
do too.
Like Leo, you can tell Leo is like, whoa. That one's like, nah, motherfucker, we in this together. Shit. Shit. What the fuck?
I thought this day couldn't get any worse.
Couldn't get any worse. Leo's cussing that horse all the way down. Fuck you. It's a really, really messed up time.
Yeah, it is.
even when the horses are just jumping off cliffs and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Horses don't want to live in this town. So why should you?
We're going to a better place, Leo. I don't want to go, no!
If I was Leonardo DiCaprio, I would have helped Tom Hardy bury me. Fuck
he was doing him a favor,
yeah, man.
And this is, I'm going to tell you something, man. Besides the camera work, this is a rough shoot. This is a shoot where these actors. I know people say actors, they have it easy, they make money.
Shit, not these actors.
Not in this one.
On this set, they earned every dollar they had because there's not a moment in this movie where these people aren't covered in dirt, blood, and shit.
Yeah. And snow.
And snow. And now I know the snow for real.
Yeah.
One of the things with this movie that they say is that they had to shoot on location. They had to shoot with, and I forgot where they shot, what country they shot in.
Argentina for some of it, and I forgot where the other.
And they had to shoot with natural light. Mm-hmm. So when you see these people out there freezing to death, that's real, man. These guys, they earn that shit. You think homeless people have it bad today? That was normal for everybody.
Everybody was homeless back then.
Everybody was living that life back then. Shit, I didn't want to. You know what? This movie kind of made me an asshole because after I saw this, I saw a homeless dude out in the cold. I said, "You got it good, man." Fuck you.
It is a movie that makes you really happy that you live in this century.
Yes. I went home in the heat and I kicked my feet up. I'm like, life is good. This shit made me appreciate that.
It made your life just that much more comfortable, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And you know what? When I was reading about this, they say that the time that bear attack happened on Hugh Glass, the guy that Leonardo DiCaprio plays in the movie, they say that he was 40 years old at the time, and they say an old man by that standard back in the day.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, they said they said that's why they left him out there too, because they like, well, he's old. His life is done.
He had a good run.
He had a good life.
I wish I could live till 40.
And if you look at Leonardo DiCaprio, he's aged after this movie. Like the actor.
Well, he is 40.
No, I'm talking about, man. He looks
a little.
He looks like
older.
Today. Yeah. That movie wore his ass out.
Dude, he had to do some shit.
They say that he actually slept in a fucking horse carcass.
Yeah, he ate a bison liver, a raw bison liver. Why? I don't know.
You know why? You want to know why? Because he was fucking starving. That's why.
Oh, well, I guess he made him suffer. Like, you don't appreciate this bison liver.
Yeah. Craft Services wasn't going out there.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what they had on the craft services table. Just to get everybody into it.
They wasn't going out there to serve them food.
They all go to their trailers and the beds and just horse carcasses. Everybody's got to get used to this.
It's a food cart operated by real Native Americans.
Yeah. It was funny watching him eat that liver. I'm like, man, that shit looks real. I wonder what they got in place of, a buffalo liver.
Yeah, man. This shit
damn, man.
It's a movie that I admire a lot. I didn't really feel the emotion there. I felt the struggle. I wanted Leo to survive because he worked for it in the movie. I mean, he's struggling so hard. The bad thing that I can say about this is that the cinematography is so good. And it really is. There are moments where people are fighting and the camera just focuses on weird objects. Like I know there's one scene where two people are fighting and the weapon escapes one of them. The only weapon he had to fight. Yeah. And they focus on the weapon, like running off and saying, "Hey, see you," to show you just how helpless some people are. The choices and angles that they choose and what they choose to focus on, very smart to get the effect that they wanted. But sometimes the movie's too in love with the cinematography, I think. Because there are moments where they focus on things for a long time. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at trees and a hilltop, and I'm just like, okay, I got it, man. I can, it's like looking at a postcard for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a point in the movie where it's just clouds. The camera just drifting in clouds, and you hear heavy breathing. You're like, And it goes on for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, do you remember that scene right there where the Indian and Leo are out in the snow?
Yeah.
And they out there just with their tongue just catching snowflakes. I'm just like, okay, this is cute, but this movie's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah,
man.
it's a lot of little moments like that.
I don't need that bonding experience where y'all out there making snow angels and shit.
I don't know. I guess that
snow.
didn't bother me because it just was a snapshot and a reminder of like, yes, that's what these times were like. It was harsh, and you didn't have an iPhone or TV to kill time. Sitting out there, just having a moment just to rest and collect snow. Like, that could be the happiest he might have been that whole year.
I doubt it.
In this world, maybe.
And in this world,
I don't think happiness existed at that time.
like, that's the closest you get.
Yeah. But
Here's your moment of zen.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
depressing.
I don't mind that so much because it's a beautiful film, but man, pacing. I mean, there's some things where I get it, and I think that sometimes people just feel like, man, my movie's so good looking, and I'm just gonna spend time on that. I equate it to this. You ever like get that person who just is constantly sending you postcards, or the person who's always showing you pictures that they took in their phone? And it's like, yeah, that's cool, man, but fuck it, I got better things to do. And I feel like that's what's going on here. Look at my pretty pictures. But it's such a beautiful film that I'm not gonna take too many points off of that. I just think that it really just kind of slows the flow of the story down. But and you guys got anything to add? Because I don't want y'all coming back to me. I mean, you talk too fucking much.
No, man, I have a field day with this. I completely agree with you with that. Like, that bothered me most. It's a beautiful movie, and that director's excellent. And the shots are gorgeous, but like I said, just a lot of moments where it's moments where the camera just drifts off, or he'll have a weird hallucination or something. It's just like, it really doesn't mean much. Can we get back to the shit that's actually really good, which is the action? Yeah. He directs action fantastic.
Yeah, he does, Martin.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and go like, man, you guys are wrong.
But you are.
But you're right for yourselves. Mm-hmm. For me, I didn't have a big problem with that. I mean, yeah, it is a long movie. And I know with especially our sensibilities today, we like things to move along faster. And once I abandoned being involved in the revenge story, because I completely agree with you. Like, we didn't get to see him and the son enough so that the son's death meant enough to us that where we were like cheering him on, like, yeah, man, you got to get that dude back. It's just like,
it seems like it's already a foregone conclusion. You already know, okay, he's gonna lose this fucking kid. Like,
yeah.
You won't even seen the trailer. Figure that out.
The trailer lets you know. I mean, there's too much that tells you already, so you don't have that emotional connect. You don't have that sense of loss. Like, oh, it's just like, yeah, man, it's a harsh environment. This shit happens. Right. We already knew it was gonna happen. You knew this guy was an asshole. Like, nobody suspected this might happen. So boom, there it is. But once I just thought, you know what, this is really more about his struggle to survive and just being out in this land, his territory. Whether he found Tom Hardy later or not didn't even matter. And looking at it that way, for me, this is what, like, Dwayne, when I hear people talk about Mad Max Fury Road, where, like I say, like, it's a 2-hour car chase, they go like, yeah, but there's so much more. It's all the visuals. It's all that. I'm like, yeah, okay. But for me, this movie is that, where I'm like, yeah, all this other stuff, I appreciate it. I love it. I'm like, wow, I could just spend time watching this. I mean, it's not comfortable, and we saw it in a theater that was freezing, and I had to pee the whole time. So I had everything working against me, but I was just like, I'm just marveling at this, and I'm just, we don't get a lot of these. If we had a bunch of movies like this, I'd be like, I don't know. But getting so few or just one, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad to have this, and I've greatly enjoyed it.
It was cold in that theater.
Oh yeah, it was freezing. It's almost like they said, like, yeah, we gonna make sure y'all, and just when you think like, man, well, I had to go through all this. The payoff is just one of the most brutal fight scenes
yes, it is.
Seen, ever.
Yeah, I didn't like the last part of that though, but I'm glad you brought up Mad Max because I'll get my rating right here. It's this is a cinematic experience, man, for me. That's when people say you want to go for a cinematic experience. The movie pulled me in. Mm-hmm. When I'm sitting up there fearing for my fucking life to the whole film, so, I feel like, hey, I'm a part of this film. Maybe I wasn't there emotionally the whole time, but as Martin said with Mad Max, I gave Mad Max a full price because when people said it was just one simple thing. Maybe I don't think it's the best picture, but I do think it's very good for the thing that they want to deliver, and this movie delivered on its story of survival. So I'm not gonna say one of the best movies I've seen this year, but it is a big full price for me. Well, damn, don't. Hey, whatever y'all do, don't jump and give me rating.
No, I give it a high matinee. It's just, to me, I saw a very good movie here that could have been tightened up, and if it had been tightened up, if the pacing was a little bit better, I would have given it a full price. But it lulled too much for me.
Millennials with that short attention span.
And being that what it is, I hear what you're saying, Tommy. Yeah. I agree with you, and I would recommend to people a matinee for those reasons, but for me, it was a full price.
Yeah, so fuck you.
That's
okay. I didn't hear that, Martin.
I'm speaking on behalf of Martin Ramsey. No, man, I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I'll even say I ain't never done this before because it's not real. But I'd say this is the year that they should give that Academy Award
to the bear
for best actor to that fucking bear, man.
Best supporting at least.
Best supporting at least. I ain't never seen a CG creature that real.
Villain of the year.
Yeah, it really is.
It really is. That's the Joker this year. Is that fucking bear?
Bear's an asshole, Tommy.
Yeah.
But if the bear won, they would come out to accept the award and then just do that to the presenter.
And everyone would applaud. That's why we love you, man.
Walked away from Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, fuck you. The fuck you say not to this?
One of the things that make this so scary is like you mentioned it, like he gets the gun up and actually shoots the bear, and right when you think you're gonna go, it's like. No.
It gets so much worse.
Yeah.
It gets so much worse.
I was just kidding, right?
It's like before that happened, you're like, okay, if that bear just kind of drifts away, Leo, try to move as fast as you can, but just kind of, maybe he can make it. Yeah. He did that shit. I'm like, that motherfucker's dead.
Yeah. Talking about the female bear protecting her cubs. No, that bear got a dick and he just got out of jail.
Man, I was
Shit, I'm going to get me some ass, motherfucker. I ain't fucked in about 5 years.
I was waiting on the twist at the end of the movie to be Leonardo DiCaprio was dead the whole time. Like,
that was a death flashback. Yeah. And when he comes to, the bear is still in his ass. I'm still here.
It's funny because I did want to call bullshit on him surviving that, but then you tell the story of the real guy, so it's like, all right.
No, I guess so.
It really happened.
Fuck, dude. God damn.
No, it's really true. And that dude said, it's about as fucked up as it sounds.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was a cub that attacked him or some shit?
The real story? Yeah. He just had a few scratches.
Yeah.
Motherfucker saw a cub and he couldn't even touch him. He just like, oh shit, and fell off the cliff.
Yeah, just tripped and fell off a cliff.
Fuck, man. It was 5 bears. Attack me, man.
I fought them all.
Fought them all. My bare fucking hands.